Welcome back. If you watched part 1 of this series, you now know what you actually are at the quantum level. You know your heart broadcasts an electromagnetic field. You have 4 tools to raise your frequency: the breath, the heart coherence activation, visualization, and the generosity boomerang. But here's the question I left you with, and here's the one most vibration teachers never answer. What happens when the world around you is broadcasting on low frequency? What happens when you've done your morning practice, you're feeling aligned, and then you walk into a stressful meeting, a draining conversation, or a day that seems designed to knock you off your frequency? Most people don't lose their vibration in one big dramatic moment. They lose it slowly, in tiny reactions, in the food they eat, in the thoughts they keep replaying, in the noise they never take time to release. Part 2 is about protection, grounding, and permanence. This is how you make high vibration not just a mood, but a baseline, a way of life. Let's dive into it. The first thing you need to understand about protecting your frequency is this: you are porous. We all are. Your energetic field is not a sealed system. It's constantly interacting with the fields of people and environments around you. That's why you can walk into certain rooms and feel immediately drained, or spend an hour with certain people and feel inexplicably heavy afterward. You haven't just had a bad conversation. You've absorbed a frequency. So let's build your shield. Practice number 1: heart coherence breathing for stressful environments. Before you walk into any challenging environment, a tense meeting, a crowded space, a difficult conversation, take 60 seconds and do this. Direct your focus to your heart center. Not your head, your heart. Breathe at a steady, even rhythm. 5 seconds in, 5 seconds out. As you inhale, visualize drawing in calm, golden energy, pure, clear, and stabilizing. As you exhale, see tension and noise dissolving and releasing. Just a few minutes of this practice can stabilize your nervous system for several hours. Your heart coherence creates a field around you that is genuinely harder for chaos to penetrate. You become the calm in the room, not because you suppressed your feelings, but because you chose your frequency first. Practice number 2, the golden light shield. This is one of the most ancient practices in human history, and neuroscience is now giving us language for why it works. Close your eyes. Bring your awareness to the center of your chest. Visualize a radiant golden light, warm, intelligent, alive, beginning to expand from your heart outward. See it growing, surrounding your body, extending 2, 3, 4 feet in every direction. A luminous, living field. Now here's the key distinction. This is not a wall. It's not armor. It's a filter. Imagine this field as responsive and intelligent. It welcomes frequencies that uplift you: joy, love, inspiration, connection. They flow in freely. But stress, negativity, and other people's unprocessed energy, they simply move around you, like water around a stone. They don't stick. They don't penetrate. They pass. Set this shield in 30 seconds before your next difficult conversation. and notice what changes. Practice number 3. Become the observer. Direct, grounding. This is mental mastery. Stop being the reactor. Become the observer. Instead of getting swept into whatever current is happening around you, step slightly outside yourself, like a calm, consistent witness watching the scene. And in that moment of pause, ask yourself one question. Is this the vibration I want to send out right now? That question is a pattern interrupt. It breaks the automatic reactive loop and puts you back in the driver's seat of your own frequency. You cannot control what others broadcast, but you can always choose what you transmit. Practice number 4. Instant gratitude pivot. When difficulty surrounds you, stress at work, conflict at home, frustration on the road, your brain's default is to scan for more problems. It's called negativity bias, and it's hardwired for survival. Override it with one question. What is one small thing I can appreciate right now? It doesn't have to be profound. The sunlight hitting the wall, the warmth of your coffee, the simple fact that you're breathing. These aren't trivial. They are vibrational anchors. Over time, this practice rewires your brain's scanning mechanism. Instead of hunting for weeds, it starts hunting for beauty. And what you scan for, you attract more of. Practice number 5. Silent affirmations in real time. This one is subtle but extraordinarily powerful, especially in public or social situations where you can't pause and meditate. Simply repeat high-frequency phrases silently in your mind, like a quiet inner broadcast running beneath the surface of every interaction. I am energy. I am life. I am the observer. I am the field. You're not checking out of the conversation. You're anchoring yourself in it from a higher state. The people around you may feel a shift in your presence without knowing why. You become someone whose energy others trust. Here's something the spiritual community often forgets to say. You live in a body, and your body is the vessel through which your frequency flows. If the vessel is clogged, depleted, or toxic, the signal suffers. No amount of mindset work will override a body running on energetic fumes. So let's talk about the physical side of vibration. Practice number 1. High-vibrational foods. Every food you eat carries an energetic signature. Living, whole foods that are close to the earth carry higher electromagnetic energy than processed, dead, or chemically altered foods. Fresh fruits, dark leafy greens, raw nuts and seeds, spring water, sprouts, herbs. These aren't just nutritious, they are energetically alive. They carry photons of light from the sun. They carry the intelligence of the earth. When you consume them, that living energy becomes part of your field. Compare that to heavily processed food. Refined sugar, artificial additives, deep-fried oils. These don't just tax your digestion, they introduce energetic static. They dull your clarity and lower your vibrational baseline over time. Start your day with something alive. A piece of fruit, a green smoothie, fresh water with lemon. You are literally eating frequency. Choose wisely. Practice number 2. Sea salt, the ancient purifier. Salt has been used across virtually every ancient culture on Earth as a purifier of body, of space, of energy. Natural sea salt and Himalayan pink salt are rich in minerals and carry a unique ionic structure with a neutralizing effect on negative energy, both physically and energetically. Add a generous pinch of high-quality sea salt to your drinking water. It remineralizes your body, supports electrical conductivity in your cells, and helps clear the heavy, sluggish feeling that low vibration brings. You can also add it to your bath, or better yet, your foot soak, which we're about to get to. Practice number 3, foot soaks, earthing through water. Your feet contain over 7,000 nerve endings. They are your connection to the earth. But most of us spend our days on concrete, in shoes, energetically unrooted. And over time, our energy becomes elevated, scattered, and anxious. A warm foot soak with sea salt and a few drops of essential oil, lavender, eucalyptus, or frankincense, is one of the fastest ways to pull your energy back into your body and release what doesn't belong to you. Here's the ritual. Fill a basin with comfortably warm water. Add 2 to 3 tablespoons of sea salt and your chosen oil. Sit quietly, no phone, for 15 to 20 minutes. Breathe slowly. Visualize the water drawing out stress, tension, and low-frequency energy through the soles of your feet. When you're done, drain it intentionally, as if you're releasing everything it collected. This isn't just relaxing, it's a conscious, energetic cleanse. We've talked about shielding. We've talked about feeding and grounding the body. But there's one more layer, and it might be the most important of all. What you're carrying. Practice number 1, letting negative thoughts go. Let's talk about something that quietly sabotages every other practice you'll ever do. Holding on. Holding on to the conversation that went wrong 3 days ago, the person who hurt you last year, the version of yourself you're still punishing for a mistake you made a decade back, the anxiety about a future that hasn't arrived yet. Every thought you grip, especially a painful one, is a frequency you're continuously broadcasting. You are not just remembering the event, you are re-experiencing it energetically, over and over. And your body, your cells, your field, they don't know the difference between the memory and the moment. They respond to both exactly the same way. So how do you let go? Not by forcing the thought away, not by suppressing it, but by witnessing it without feeding it. When a negative thought arises, don't fight it. Acknowledge it. Say, either aloud or silently, "I see you, and I choose to release you." Then, take one conscious breath and redirect your focus to the present moment. You can also write it down, the thought, the fear, the resentment, and then physically destroy the paper. Burn it, tear it. Let the act of destruction become a ceremony of release. Letting go is not weakness. It is the highest frequency decision you can make, because you cannot rise while you are still carrying what was never yours to keep. Practice number 2, mindfulness and single tasking. One of the biggest vibrational leaks most people don't recognize is a fragmented focus. When half your attention is in tomorrow's deadline and the other half is in last week's argument, your energy is scattered, diluted. You're physically present, but energetically absent. And that internal static is expensive. The antidote? Single tasking. Complete embodied presence. When you eat, just eat. When you walk, just walk. When someone speaks to you, truly listen. No phone, no mental rehearsal for the next thing. Just this. Just here. Just now. Engage your 5 senses deliberately. What do you see? Hear? Feel against your skin? Smell? Taste? Your senses are vibrational anchors that pull you out of mental time travel and back into the only moment where your frequency actually exists. now. Practice number 3, meditation, returning to the source. And finally, the practice that underlies every other practice, the one that all of these tools ultimately point back to. Meditation. Not because it's trendy, but because meditation is the only practice that takes you beneath the noise, beneath the thoughts, the emotions, the identity, and puts you in direct contact with the field itself. Science has confirmed what meditators have known for millennia. Consistent meditation increases gamma wave brain activity, the fastest, highest frequency brainwave associated with peak perception, compassion, and expanded awareness. It reduces cortisol, the stress hormone that is perhaps the single greatest suppressor of your natural vibrational frequency. And here's the beautiful truth. You don't need to be good at it. You don't need to silence your mind completely. You simply need to sit, to breathe, to observe your thoughts without becoming them, to return again and again to the stillness beneath the noise. Even 5 minutes a day of genuine stillness will begin to shift your baseline. 10 minutes will change your week. 20 minutes daily, and within months, you will be a fundamentally different signal in the world. Because in the silence, you remember what you are beneath the story. You remember you are the field. You are the observer. You are, before any label, any worry, any identity, pure, vibrating, intelligent energy. And from that remembering, everything else rises. Here's the thing I want to leave you with. These practices only work, truly work, when you treat them as a way of life. Not a one-time reset when things get bad. Not a tool you pick up in crisis and put down when things improve. Every time you breathe with intention, every time you shield before a hard conversation, every time you choose the observer over the reactor, every time you offer gratitude instead of grievance, every time you sit in silence instead of scrolling through noise, you are conditioning your nervous system to return to a high-vibrational baseline faster, regardless of what's happening in the outer world. You stop being someone who gets knocked down and slowly climbs back. You become someone who barely gets knocked at all, because your field is too coherent, too anchored, too alive to stay down for long. That is the real quantum reset. Not a moment, a momentum. The universe isn't random. It's responsive. It's been waiting for you to get this. You are not a passenger in this life. You are the signal. Now, go transmit something extraordinary. If both parts of this series have served you, drop "I am aligned" in the comments right now. That's your declaration. That's your frequency locked in. If you haven't seen part 1 yet, the link is right here. Start there, come back here, and let both videos work on you together. Subscribe and join the High Vibration Tribe, a community of people who refuse to live on low frequency, who are done settling for the static. Like this video, share it with someone who needs it, and I'll see you in the next one. Tuned in, turned on, and vibrating higher.